This is Liz from Maverick Multimedia, and I'm joined with Burton Cummings, who actually just got off stage a little bit ago. It was a fantastic set.
Yes. Well, we had fun. We had a lot of fun. I'm still a little bit sweaty, but the nice breeze, the evening breeze, is drying me down now, so I feel normal again.
Oh, good. Well, first, I want to say congratulations on receiving your own star on the for Canada's Walk of Fame, right?
Yeah, boy, oh boy, if I can get one more now with a different group, I'll be the Eric Clapton of Canada. I'll have 3 of them. Actually, it's really amazing. I didn't expect this, and I didn't see it coming, but I'm the only one in history to have 2. The Guess Who got one, all of us with our individual names in 2001, I think it was, and now they're giving me one as a solo artist, and no one has done this before, so this is a pretty big deal. And I got the Order of Canada last year, so I'm technically kind of like a knight. So it's been a pretty good few years for me. I can't believe it. The public acceptance, and that's pretty nice.
No, that's amazing. So should we call you Sir now?
Well, I could insist that you do, but actually Burton is just fine.
All right. Well, that brings me to my next question. Actually, what's your opinion on the Guess Who that's here touring? Because they are here touring currently, right?
Oh my goodness! It's here's the thing. They've got the right name. Guess who's in the band this year? You don't know from year to year. I can name 5 or 6 different singers they've had in the last 10 years, and if you go to Wikipedia, there's the real shame of it all, because they've listed every guy that Cale has hired over the last 20 years. There's a list of about 45 names. So let's put it this way. Somewhere tonight in America, you can go to a casino and see the Platters. Somewhere tonight, you can go and see the Temptations. But you're not seeing the guys that made the records. You're just seeing people using the name. That's what Cale is doing, and it's a shame. It's a disgrace, but I stayed away from the States for quite a while because of this fake band. And now that I'm back touring, I realize I'm being welcomed back with open arms. They're hearing the real guy that wrote and sang and played the records. That, to me, is more important. The real fans know the difference, and I'm finding that out to my great joy. So they can go do whatever they want. The real fans know the difference.
Oh, yeah. Well, I actually was telling them I listened to American Woman today on vinyl, the copy of it. Yeah, and I was so excited to hear that you were going to be here. So just so you know, I was very excited that you were, and that I could do this with you this evening. Apparently you have a theater named after you in Winnipeg. What's that like?
I have actually, believe it or not, I have 2 buildings named after me in Winnipeg. One is a beautiful old theater that was built around 1901 or 1900. It was built before movies, actually. It was an old vaudeville theater at the turn of the century, and then it showed movies for years and years, up until television came in, and then they still showed movies in it until about 10 or 15 years ago. But it's now a heritage building. Excuse me. It's now a heritage building. It's protected, and about 10 or 11 years ago, they named it the Burton Cummings Theater. A very ironic thing here. My mom and dad used to go to the movies there before they were ever married, before I was ever a thought in the universe. And now it bears my name, and my mother is still alive. She's 90 now. She's in a home, but she was thrilled when she saw that. 10 years before that, they named a beautiful community center after me. So I now have 2 buildings named after me in my hometown, and that's not supposed to happen until after you die. So I think I'm way ahead of the game. I'm doing pretty well.
And with the 2 stars, yeah. I'd say you're doing really well.
It's been remarkable for me in Canada, particularly in Canada. And now I'm finding out, to my great joy, that the American audiences haven't forgotten me. I think anyone that goes to see that fake Guess Who, they're just going because they want to hear the songs, But when I come around, they come to my shows because they know it's the real guy, the guy that sang and wrote the songs. And I'm signing endless copies of vinyl American Woman and Share the Land albums and Wheatfield Soul and singles with picture covers, and people are showing me tickets from the 70s, then even the 60s, the places I played. I'm 63 now, so I've had people following me for a long, long time. And the great joy to me is that the American audiences have not forgotten the real guy. Even tonight was an example of that. The people were singing along with every word I sang. And that's, to a singer that wrote the stuff, that's great feeling inside. It's a wonderful feeling.
Yeah, I can definitely believe that. Absolutely. Now, this question I'm pretty excited to ask you. You're a poet, and you've said that Kipling and Keats and Edgar Allan Poe have inspired you. I'm a huge Edgar Allan Poe fan. So, what's your favorite poem or short story that he?
Well, I think everybody loves The Raven because it goes on so long and the rhythm of it is tremendous. There's another one called, oh, the one they referred to in Play Misty for Me. What was her name? It was Eglenora or something. He was remarkable, Edgar Allan Poe, and people said he wrote such dark things. Well, he was sick and half crazy half his life, so of course he's not going to be writing Father Knows Best kind of stuff, you know. He's going to be writing dark things. I always loved Poe. I like Kipling for the cadence and rhythm of the stuff he does, and I've read all of Keats's stuff and some of the other people like Rimbaud and Baudelaire. And the great thing about the internet is with the click of a few keys you can go and explore all the great poetry in history. And I've often said in my blogs, what if Shakespeare had the internet and he could have read everything that Poe wrote? Or what if Poe had the internet, he could read all of Shakespeare's stuff and this and that, just at the click of a key. If these greats could have perused each other's works the way we can now in an instant on the internet, I think it would have created even more great poetry. I have a book of poetry coming out this year. It's got about 50 poems in it. I have another 50 or 60 that I've written. In the last 3 years, I've written about 120, and I do post a lot of them on burtoncummings.net, my own site, and sometimes I put them on my Facebook site. But the exciting thing is the acceptance that I've had. People realize it's different than songwriting. When I write lyrics for songs, I'm already considering melodies and chords in my head, whereas when I write prose or poetry, it's purely for the dancing of the words, the cadence of the English language. And I always did well in English and literature in school. That's about all I did well in school, but I always loved the English language, and that's what has inspired me to write all these poems. And the great thing is that people are dissecting every line, and they're asking me, what is the influence on this, and what does this really mean? And everyone that reads them gets different meanings out of them, so I think I'm probably tapping into something. I'll be doing this for a while, I think.
Well, that's great. I'm very interested to go on your website and read all of those. And I'm sure it's going to be inspiring to other people,
I've had tremendous acceptance. We're calling the book The Writings of B.L. Cummings. It sounds so British, so literary. We're calling it The Writings of B.L. Cummings. My middle name is Lorne. And there was an E.A. Cummings, I believe, that was a poet, or E.C. Cummings. Is it E.E.? Right. I'm not that familiar with him, but I thought, it's got the same ring to it, B.L. Cummings. So we're calling it The Writings of B.L. Cummings. It's actually in production now. We've just seen what the cover looks like. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful book. We're doing it really top-notch, so picking the finest paper and an onion skin over a drawing of me at the beginning. It's going to be beautiful to hold in your hands.
Well, and when does that come out?
Hopefully by autumn, by September, October this year of 2011.
Okay, well, I will look for that.
Thank you very much.
And one last question. Do you have anything you'd like to ask me or anyone else in Maverick?
Well, just I don't know about if I'd like to ask you, but I'd like to thank you for having me here while I'm still all sweaty and ugly from the stage. But tonight was great. We would like to have played a little longer, but with Rick coming on, we had to hurry up and get out of there. But the fan response tonight was tremendous. So I'm very, very pleased to have been here. No, I've sung enough for one. I'm singing again tomorrow, and we got to drive all night. But I will say that at my age, I never expected at 63 to when you're in your first band and you're 13 or 14, you never dream that you're going to be lucky enough to be one of the ones that never had to fall back on something and go back to school. I've only been a musician ever in my life, ever. I dropped out of school at 17. And I've done this my whole life, and I really do believe I'm one of the lucky ones, so I don't ever take it for granted. So here again, thank you for having me and talking to me and all of this, because as I say, I don't take it lightly. I'm thrilled with the cards that life has dealt me, put it that way.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for joining us, and as a fellow musician, you're a big inspiration. So thank you for. I did sing. I play guitar, dabble. I'm not that great, so I'm still learning.
Excellent.
But
Good luck.
yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And have a safe drive tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And thank you.
Thanks, folks. Thank you very much.
This is Liz from Maverick Multimedia, and I'm joined with